Hey y'all, I'm making this video because I wanted to talk about the recent rule changes in AdminView's Discord and the rules they released recently regarding a lot of core features and a lot of things on the server that I just don't agree with. And I feel like making a video is one of the best ways to show that this kind of sucks. What I wanted to talk about was, firstly, the unfairly gaining wins tab. Pay to win, paying an admin for an advantage, or outright paying for wins, that's fine. That doesn't need to be a thing. Win farming, repeatedly winning the same people, exchanging wins, or winning friends. I think winning friends is fine, but I can see why there would be a problem. And then the main thing here is selling advantages. If you pay for perks, it is not a donation. Selling GMC or letting people pay to pick the event or any other advantages are not allowed. My problem with this is basically most of the donations, or as you're calling it, paying for perks, most people would not get donated coins or credits or anything else anymore because, getting to have your head built or getting a say in the event is typically how people would use money to, just have a more fun experience on the server. The problem is not necessarily the people with money no longer getting to pick the event, it's the people who are receiving it. A lot of people will get like donations and other stuff to help pay for presets or to get admin items for different events, and this really kind of sucks for them because they're no longer allowed to do it. The only way to gain money from others that you don't really know is to beg, which everybody loves begging, don't they? You love when you see in chat, please give me coins, please give me credits. Let's move on to the next category. Chat punishments. Spamming / flooding the chat, that's fine. Swearing, that's fine. Tricking the admin. Now, tricking the admin, I kind of get, but it was kind of funny and kind of added a little humor to the server. Like, haha, I got you to end the game. But I kind of get why it got removed. I don't know, it's super big fan, but it doesn't, have a problem for most of the player base. Mentioning advertising, yep, that's fine. Using another language, yeah, this is fine. It is an English server. Toxicity, harassment, offensive behavior, etc. Major chat offenses, slurs, NSFW, suicidal encouragement, all good, all fine. Miscellaneous is just a bunch of like small issues like causing lag, scamming people out of coins, impersonation, making an AFK machine as admin, and then of course discrimination. So most of these are fine. I picked out a few that weren't great, but what's the real issue here? Well, if you read the rules carefully, you'll notice that there's a small tidbit at the top in a smaller font because, if this was bold, I think most people, like me, would have an issue with this. Let me read out to you what it says. These are specific guidelines and are not perfect. You can be punished even if it is not listed here. Punishments grow more severe after repeat offenses. Now, the problem with this is if an admin thinks you are being toxic or breaking a rule or just doing something they don't like, a staff member, I should say, they can punish you. And the punishment can be as severe as they want because there's no guidelines to this. So, say you're just playing with some friends and you punch an admin off, or, a staff member off a couple times, and they are angry about it, and you keep doing it, and then they ban you for a week. That would sound ridiculous, right? Like, that would suck. But according to these rules, these are specific guidelines and are not perfect. You can be punished even if you're not listed here. Anybody can be punished for any reason at any staff's discretion. Now, can you see why that's a problem? Can you understand why that kind of sucks? Now, the staff are not idiots. They're not going to intentionally go around, banned, banned, banned for no reason. But if it's completely dependent on the staff, your punishment will not be due to some guidelines. Your punishment will be doing on how the staff thinks. So if you're hanging out with a staff that doesn't really care about what you say, or yeah, let me rephrase that. I'll cut this out. Anyway, that's the recent rule changes. And this gets me to another issue I wanted to talk about, where admin abuse doesn't really feel like abuse anymore. It just kind of feels like admin events. Because when farming, and I know that seems like, oh, that's all fair and just. The server is called admin abuse. You're supposed to make, or as I thought, make unfair events or do funny stuff or, abuse your power as admin. But with all these rules and all of these regulations about who can win, who can have advantages, who can, donate for different stuff, it really feels like they're just trying to make an event server rather than, have it be admin abuse. And if that's what it is, that's fine. But to my understanding, that's just not what the server's about. All right. Anyway, see you guys.